Salam alaikum, kif halek, kifukum shlonik, merhaba, konnichiwa, ni hao, namaste, privyet, bonjour, bonjour, nos saludos, hola, dag, haj, barav, yak, shamash. Je suis Ali, Anna Alex. I'm the CEO of Orca Oshi Capital. Shout out to my partner, Rani, BTS, and an electronic dance music DJ. Going ahead to my part 2 of Bootleg Bloomberg, being it's a holiday weekend and I have to have something financial to binge. Let's talk Bitcoin. It's flat and I'm bored. As someone who's a contrarian who has been hoping for things to go down, 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 down because I like a good sell, what can I say? I'm a stereotypical Jap. However, don't even take offense to that, okay? We're literally in an economic depression and we have 5 world reserve currencies identifying as one, okay? So worry about that, not myself, not my jokes. I have ADHD, Asperger's, so I say inappropriate things. We can live with that. Remember, finance doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. And if you're here to feel good, go ahead and click out because the news ain't so good. Interesting. The digital yuan, central bank digital currency, is given students or is using this ability to track student payments with the yuan. And it seems to me they're always doing something. I'm quite bothered the IMF has the USD, the yuan, the yen, the pound, and the euro all identifying as one, 5 currencies identifying as one, the IMF giving the yuan more weight, etc. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But then again, finance doesn't give a fuck about my feelings. However, modern day Mao is very strategic. And let's talk about the wheat supply and fertilizer shortage. I always go back to how did China know to stockpile their grain by 2021? By December of 2021, China had stockpiled half the world's grain. How the fuck they know? Perhaps the de-dollarization project of Russia and looking at the exports of the Ukraine and Hungary, saying wheat, neon gas for, I want to say microchips / semiconductors because I'm not sure which one. People's 401ks are looking like 2-on-1ks. And I can't even and don't even want to keep up with the stock market being I founded the anti-social media valuation contrarian club, and I find it abhorrent. People want to brag about losses instead of learn from them. There's nothing wrong with having a loss. Speaking of losses, I had the pleasure or displeasure, I'm not sure, of speaking to people much smarter than myself with these luxury brand degrees today. And you would not believe this. You would not believe this. Monetary. They have no idea what the Federal Reserve is or the monetary system. As we know, I say the word yikes. Let's double yikes that because these are 12-year degreed people who still believe the Fed prints the money. The Treasury prints the money. Got it? Good. Fiscal policy involves congressional participation. Okay, cheers. So I would never out the colleges or the people, but oh mon Dieu, non ne pas difficile de Saint-Esprit pour les jeunes parce que il est très stupide. Oh mon Dieu. But nonetheless, I do think it's interesting what the Bank of Paris has done in relation with the Rothschilds for clean energy. It's not injury, oops, energy, tongue-tied once again. I get so excited talking about this. I fuck up words. What can I say? Again, I am imperfect and I apologize for that, you all. But nonetheless, the cool thing about Paris is eau de Paris, which is free drinking water. I don't know why the United States does not do that here, but eau de Paris is quite interesting. It's filtered, it's free, and they even have sparkling water too. So you go into Paris, if you want to get water, you buy a bottle versus bottled water. So even homeless people get to drink free water. And being that we're in a drought, we're in a fertilizer and food shortage, I look at a place such as Paris in France and say, oh mon Dieu, why are we not doing that in America? I look at a lot of places and wonder, why are we not doing that in America? And then I forget euphemisms, intersectional divisiveness, and of course the Johnny Depp trial, who, by the way, is absolutely innocent. And I just have to say, because why not? I have a family of Amber Heards. I feel for him. My heart breaks for him. And I hope that whatever has been done wrong to him is made right. Sincerely. Let's get back to finance now. Bonds and interest rates are not the same thing. Treasury yields, interest rates, linear. Bonds, interest rates, not so much. One goes up, the other goes down. Today, I had the privilege to speak with people who had no fucking clue. And the bond market is a horse compared to a gnat, if you look at the NASDAQ, in my personal humble opinion. And just a fun fact, the Federal Reserve was founded in 1913 by Woodrow Wilson. Just to put some factual information that's not misinformation out there. And just to talk to you all, I believe we need to recession and depression prep. The world is sick of the United States dollar and doesn't look at us as a powerhouse. Hell, the IMF says current politicians, not the past. Current politicians are the reason they're giving much more weight to other currencies. I personally believe it's a central bank digital currency race. As someone in fintech, I'm very excited to see where the decentralized space is going. And as someone who loves conceptualization, if you're an engineer, if you're a full stack developer, slide in the DMs. I would love to talk to you about projects that I have pending in every way, shape, or form. But again, I go back to the Forex market. I think that it's a very interesting time to be in foreign exchange and triangular arbitrage and have the ability to use digital currency and fiat currency. Remember, the long-term debt cycle is up, you all, and the first time the whole world has been on a fiat system, and it's not ended well. We do see Russia has the ruble backed with gold, 5,000 grams. Again, as a dumbass American on the metric system, you all do the math for me and let me know, drop it in the C section. China's talked about a gold standard. I think it's interesting. The UK won't give Venezuela back their gold because they disagree with their policy. I know France repatriated their gold. JP Morgan stocked their vaults with precious metals, and apparently America won't give Germany back their gold. Have we audited Fort Knox? Because I do not believe personally our dollar is going to last. I believe the dollar might be the strongest, quote unquote, based on what you consider strong. I do not think that our dollar is going to remain dominant. Back to this shortage, though, in relation to fertilizer, corn, diesel, etc., crops, droughts, water, desalination, yes, something I find to be extraordinarily important as a fund manager, an emerging manager, and as a long-term goal is desalination of water, because we can go 30 days without food, not 3 days without water. And I'm very saddened to see people my age running up credit cards, not knowing the Federal Reserve is hiking rates, not understanding that their credit card rates are about to go up based on the banks cost more to borrow, therefore they charge more. And people just don't seem to care or know, or they'd rather just stay dumb. Again, drop it in the C section below, but it's very disturbing. But then again, as a contrarian, I'm not going to be upset. Foreclosures are up again, 132, 182%, depending on where you are, about 59,000 plus, or 56 to 59,000. It really depends where I get information. Between Redfin, Zillow, they all kind of differ, so bear with me. I do like to look at Fred, but there are different metrics for housing, etc. There's also a massive supply in the South, I want to say 51%, that has not even been sold off. So when I say housing market coming soon, housing big short, whatever the fuck you want to call it coming soon, I mean it. And hold me accountable, please. Fed Reserve's going to shrink the balance sheet, but they're going to do it very well curated. They are not going to start just ripping off mortgage-backed securities and the full amount. They're going to taper it, if you will, because that might be the best decision Jerome Powell has made, because I do believe, again, my ADHD Asperger's brain could come up with something creative where the banks have valuation for a hypothetical alleged stock market crash. And let's be real, the Federal Reserve, 8 out of 9 recessions they've contributed to. I believe personal responsibility matters, but nobody wants to ever take personal responsibility. Nonetheless, let's just go based on stats and data. I think people are trying to just blame this entity for not knowing how to take personal responsibility. And let me just say this, materialism is killing you all. It's killing myself. It's killing all of us. We're impressing people that we don't even know. We're buying cars, not we, I'm not, but plus the average car price is $45,000. And oh yeah, jobless claims came in, 210,000 jobless claims. Oh yeah, companies are also laying people off because stocks are going pachoom. I think I talked about Walmart being the worst it's been since 1987. I think I was not even a future fetus at that moment, but Dollar General, all of these earnings of places American shop are not doing well. Discretionary spending has gone out the fucking window. But I've never seen more cars on the road. So I don't know. I'm quite confused. But I'd rather be confused and looking at triangular arbitrage with potential digital in and out and decentralized currencies and blockchain technology potentials than I would leveraging trades on Robinhood times 100, if you will. Or I don't know what a meme stock is. Can someone drop in the C section below what that is? I wish I could give you guys better news for Bloomberg, but there really isn't. We're in what I like to call the manatee chop zone, meaning if you're a technical analyst, you better be like Tom effing Brady. Shout out to my brother Joe. If you're a macro analyst, you better damn be good at what you're doing. You better know how to assess the globe, because I'm still calling India and Israel emerging markets. And I have a caveat. I believe emerging markets are going to do quite well. Just a guess. Again, I'm not perfect like most of you all watching this. But thank you all so much, the mentors. I am so honored to see the men with whom I looked up to. Corporations, funds, banks, from Bridgewater, Point72, Oak Tree Capital, JP Asset Private Bank, of course, JP Morgan and Chase. It's almost like Jamie Dimon has the Holy Trinity with JP and Chase, the JP Asset, and then JP Private. It's kind of funny. And then just any and every fund that I could imagine seeing. And PIMCO, Bill Gross, brilliant-minded man, Asperger's, so smart. I'm so astounded with the support that I've received from men, and I just want to say thank you to the mentors that I've had who have really encouraged me to speak up in finance, to make my, what's the word I'm looking for? Make my fucking mark. They said just be yourself, and I am being myself, which is like the only advice that I've had, and might be the only space I fit in where I can be myself. Honest, unapologetic, numbers, facts don't care about feelings. If you want a friend, get a dog type vibe. Love it. Live for it. But just to see these extraordinary Vanguard, Barclays, even Wells. And Wells, I've not been a big fan of you. No offense. I do think Wells has some issues based on the CEO and the scandals. But Bank of America, it's an honor to see anybody looking at anything. Carlyle Group, what David Rubenstein, I find you to be extraordinary. Declaration for just these extraordinary funds that I see on my LinkedIn, and I'm going, what? And then the Federal Reserve Board, anybody who works for the Fed. What an honor. As an Alan Greenspan girl, I'd hope to be running it one day as a true monetarist, where we wouldn't have such quantitative easing and tightening, where we would have an American economy. Oh yeah, BlackRock, Blackstone, Larry Fink, Schwartzman, just unbelievable by Fidelity. Just sorry, the names in my head that I get to see because of you all sharing my videos for some reason. No idea why you all like them, but I am so honored and blessed. Again, I can't wait to see all of you in New York this summer. Make sure to slide into the DMs. Let me know your availability. I'm very particular about posting live just because of stalkers. So we'll definitely get something together. But for every fund manager who has reached out and is a master of the universe, thank you for guiding me. Thank you for giving me advice. Thank you for encouraging me. And again, it's mentors, MENTORS, not one female. Not one female said anything. It's the mentors. It's the men globally who have been just the most extraordinary people. So as a minority Semitic Jewish girl, emerging fund manager, and also a fintech specialist that would specialize in blockchain technology, Bitcoin asset management, from equities, commodities, where I love it all. And to have the support, I can't, from the bottom, I can't thank you enough. I mean that sincerely. And let me say this, not one of them have been rude. Not one of them have been inappropriate. And so, dear ladies, for all of you who have bitched about men, you are looking at a girl who is the most confident she's ever been because of these extraordinarily brilliant-minded men who should have never taken a chance on someone like myself, but did. And I started posting my videos at the beginning of April, and you all have exponentially grown my network. So instead of me capitulating, you all have catapulted me into the center of finance. And I look forward to working with all of you, collaborating, making money from the DeFi space to traditional equities and investment banking. God bless.